Hey, what is going on, guys? It is the SMT. I want to give a big shout out to Frankie out there who requested this video. He wanted me to do a proper summary of the Q3 2019 Ookla speed test data performance results, and I think it's fair. This is a report that came out last week, but we just kind of announced the findings, basically a quick summary. I think it's important that we look through the results specifically, kind of comb through the details. So let's go ahead and do that with this video. So the Ookla speed test data performance results for Q3 2019 did offer a bit of a surprise. So what we saw was AT&T is a 3-time consecutive winner of the average speed test score on LTE. So they came in at 35.17 megabits per second average. That's 3 quarters in a row, 3 consecutive quarters this year in which AT&T showed the best performance with LTE speeds. Number 2 was Sprint, coming in at 31.84, which actually surprised us a lot. I mean, I know it did to me, because you think about where they're kind of at with their money situation, investing in the network. It's been kind of an uphill battle for Sprint. So I was pleasantly surprised to see them fighting back and trying to improve the network and improve performance for their customers. T-Mobile came in at number 3 with speeds at 31.36, and Verizon came in number 4 in average speeds at 29.42. So there's quite a bit to unpack there. And here's what I think we're seeing. What we're seeing is AT&T's network deployments, their network contracts, their spending is really starting to pay off. It has been their year. 2019 has been all AT&T. Sprint coming in with a pleasant surprise. T-Mobile did show some improvement, but it was minimal. There wasn't much gain there when you look back to the first half of 2019. And Verizon actually did not do good at all, and I'll explain why their numbers were the worst. So not only did they come in at 4th, but they actually were the only company to show a decrease in average speeds. So T-Mobile and Verizon showing little to no improvement. I think what this does is it highlights the congestion issues, aka spectrum concentration issues in my book. I feel like, Verizon showing that they're the only carrier that decreased in average speeds, shows you the constraints that the network is under. They have a lot of customers, they've got a huge market share, and they don't have the spectrum to truly address the issue. So no relief in sight. Verizon has pretty much allocated their network investment into deploying small cells and micro cells all over city areas that have tons of congestion issues. I think AT&T's heavy investment in their network is really paying off, increasing from 32.91 to 35.17. Sprint making those gains, although they do have a small market share. It's easier to have network performance improve quickly. They went from 28.15 to 31.84, the greatest improvement. So you got to call a spade, and Sprint really doing good things there. So AT&T doing the most to get the FirstNet contract, Band 14, Band 66 deployments, unlicensed LAA spectrum. They're putting tons of money to the network, and it shows. Sprint's fighting to improve their network, improve their LTE availability, bolster the network in certain cities to help with speeds. I think they have a lot of work to do in getting more native LTE on their network and not relying so much connectivity on, roaming agreements and so on. T-Mobile is staying competitive, but they're not really improving their network as fast as they're growing. So they're dealing with network growing pains, in my opinion. A lot of congestion, some capacity issues in certain cities. And Verizon, the only company to really slow down. There's no spectrum additions over the course of 2019. All their network deployments and improvements have been towards small cells and really just 5G. And their 5G is so spotty and so minimal, and there's so few devices and people that are using the network, it hasn't really made a dent into the network at all in terms of adjusting traffic from LTE to 5G. So I think they're really in some need of mid-band spectrum. I think they also wish they could get more people on their 5G network, but the devices aren't there. It's not mainstream enough. It's the very, very early infancy stages of the technology, and I think it's just a sad state of affairs for Verizon. Here's a company with amazing LTE availability, honestly second to none in my opinion, and their average speeds are very low. In my opinion, nobody has shown network deterioration due to congestion like Verizon. I mean, even in my experience, I've felt it in the Cleveland area. Areas that used to have incredibly fast speeds have required, just to stay competitive, they've required small cells everywhere. I mean, I'm seeing them all over the place. So the network needs heavy investment. The network is constantly being aggressively managed to maintain a decent speed and customer service experience. So, or a customer network experience. So that's what we have. You guys can see on the display here on the screen capture. Those are the speeds from the half one of 2019 compared to quarter three, where AT&T is coming in at 35.17, Sprint 31.84, T-Mobile 31.36, and Verizon the only company under 30 megs per second. You got to call a spade a spade. While Verizon does have amazing LTE availability, their speeds are decreasing, and you got to call it like it is. So big shout out to Sprint for making the comeback, topping out a top 2 spot. AT&T doing good things, you know, spending tons of money and showing network performance improvements. And I think T-Mobile's kind of going through those, you know, growing pains of adding a lot of customers and having to reinvest in the network. And hopefully, you know, with the merger, they can address those issues and really, you know, strengthen and bolster their network in LTE as well as in 5G. So, and Verizon, they got to figure something out. There's no way they can continue to just try to do this millimeter wave thing only. We've got to address it with mid-band, both in LTE and also in 5G. So we'll see what happens. That's the summary. That's my take on it. You guys let me know in the comment section below what you think of these numbers, what you think of each of the carriers, how they did. You know, maybe you got some answers as to what is going on there. Maybe there's some talking points you want to bring up. Go ahead and start that discussion in the comment section below. The SMT would love to hear what you guys have to say. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and like this video. Share it if you want to help somebody get more informed on how the networks are performing. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload from the SMT. And if you want to get more involved with the SMT communities, we've got the Discord server as well as the Patreon page. Links are in the description box for those 2 communities. And if you want to make a small or occasional monetary donation to support SMT Productions, there is a PayPal share link down below in the description box as well. Many thanks in advance for those considerations. Again, thank you for taking time to watch my videos. I am the SMT. I hope you have a great rest of the day, and I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.